Friends and fam, welcome back. I'm the Nat Chan, and today we're going to talk about some more Final Fantasy VII Remake. Because why not? Because I'm obsessed. I mean, I was an FF7 fan to begin with, but... Anyway, just in case you wanted to know, you can hang out with me live over on Twitch. There's a link down in the description. I stream on Monday, Wednesday nights, Friday afternoon, and whenever I can, honestly. If you want to join me, that'd be cool. I'd love to chat with you live. Alright, so today's episode, we are going to talk about the opening scene from Chapter 8, the budding bodyguard. As per usual, we're going to watch the scene, and I'm not going to say anything. We're going to watch the scene, and then we'll watch it again while I talk about it. So, let's switch on over and do that.
Hey, buddy. You okay? Yeah. Made it through with just a couple of scraped knees back then. Back then? What'd he say? We doing this? Have we? Never mind about that. Right now, you need focus on yourself. Move something. Anything. Why not? Good. Easy does it. Slow. Steady. Yeah. Hey, who are you? Who are you?
I am your everything.
Hello in there.
Oh, Cloud. There's still so much to be done.
Okay, so there is a few things in this scene. Let's go back. Well, actually, I'll like pause and talk when I need, or I'll just talk over it. We can do that too. Okay, so one of the things, first of all, obviously we have the whispers here that are drifting Cloud down safely. That could be metaphorically or that could be physically. It was a long way to fall. I highly doubt flowers are the only thing that helped him. Okay, so my first thought here was, oh, he's having a conversation in his head with Zack. Cool. You know, like that one scene in Advent Children. But is he? And then you see that it's actually, you're like, oh, no, that's Cloud. And then he says back then. What does he mean by back then? And is it actually maybe Zack that he's talking to, mental conversating with in his unconscious brain? Like maybe he's actually talking to Zack, but because right now he doesn't actually remember Zack, he thinks he's talking to himself, or at least he's just seeing himself. Or maybe it is himself, and this is like pre-experimented with Cloud talking to present Cloud. And that's what he means by back then. So like before all of this garbage. No, I don't know. I don't know, but it's interesting to me. Here is where the scene takes a 180 and gets creepy.
Who are you?
Okay, so that single line right there, I am your everything. There's many thoughts I have about this, and I didn't have them until I recently, well, I had one thought, but there are more thoughts that I didn't have until I recently reread the Materia Black and White, which are segments taken from the On the Way to a Smile novel. And I'll drop a link in the description. It's only 6 paragraphs, 3 paragraphs from Black, 3 paragraphs from White. They're really interesting and give a lot of, I feel like it gives a lot of insight to my replay. It was pretty crazy because I didn't reread them because I forgot about them, and then I was reminded, and I reread them partway through my second playthrough, and I was like, oh my gosh, this like opens up so many possibilities. Is if they're using this as like a canon resource. There are thoughts. Okay, so where do I start? Okay, so he says, I am your everything. Why would actual original FF7 Sephiroth, who is basically Jaws, we haven't had any like real interaction with at this point in the original, why would Sephiroth say something like that? Well, obviously because in my theory, but I am thinking that this has to do with Materia Black, where Sephiroth basically continues to, his goal, he says he will continue to exist, whether it's, you know, even if it's not physical, he will continue to exist as long as Cloud remembers him. So he needs Cloud to be thinking about him. He needs to be Cloud's everything. That's kind of where I'm going with this, and why this particular version of Sephiroth, I believe, is future Sephiroth coming. You know, it's a huge thing that I'm gonna go on later. That's going to be a much longer video, and there's going to be like 4 of us talking about it. It's going to be really cool. But anyway, moving on, I believe that this is a future Sephiroth. It is the Sephiroth from Materia Black, possibly from Advent Children. He's come back, he's messing with garbage, but anyway, that is why he has particular lines that he uses, like, I am your everything. And then this last line here,
There's still so much to be done.
oh Cloud, there's still so much to be done. What expanse are we talking about? Is he just talking about using him like he did in the original to get the black materia? Is he talking about, referencing a later conversation in the Edge of Creation scene, which I think I'm gonna need to do a 2.0 video on that now that I've reread Materia Black and White, because it like exploded my brain. I was like, oh my gosh, I have so much more to say, but so much more to do. But why would it involve Cloud so much if this was not a future Sephiroth messing with time? And obviously Square has not necessarily denied that that's kind of what's happening. They obviously haven't confirmed it because they just want us to keep playing. But some people are like, I don't know, I don't really like that. But a lot of people are on board with it. I don't know, guys. I feel like just a couple lines here have a lot to say about what might be going on, or at least some of Sephiroth's motivations. If anything, he's got to keep Cloud thinking about him, scared of him, possibly. I wouldn't say obsessed, because he's not, but he's definitely there in the corner of his mind always, and Sephiroth needs that. But yeah, I think there's some crazy interesting conversations that can be had here. Again, I love the remake. I think they're doing really cool things. They've opened it up for all sorts of conversation like this. My mind is like all the time. I just finished hard mode last night, and oh man, it just is good. Whole thing is good. Anyway, friends and fam, thanks again for joining me for another nerdy FF7 topic video. I have several more I'd like to do. The hardest part has been me sitting down and deciding which one to do next. I am not doing them in any specific order, but you might be getting an Edge of Creation 2.0 video. Maybe. You're definitely going to be getting a Honeybee in video, because I have to talk about a certain fabulous someone. But anyway, friends, fam, gamers, enjoyers of games, who might not be gamers, whoever you are, thanks for hanging out with me, and I hope you're being safe and have a great day, or morning, or night, or whatever. Bye bye. Love you.